You're going to walk out of this knowing you can feed yourself from nothing, with a fishing hook that actually holds a live fish. But here's what nobody tells you. Day 3 stranded, no gear. Your stomach isn't growling anymore. It's gone quiet. Which is worse? You find a green willow stick by the creek bank and carve it into a curve. You sharpen the point on a river stone until it catches your thumbnail. Bait it with a grub, drop the line, and wait. The strike comes fast. That sharp living pull. 3 seconds. The fish throws it. The line swings back empty. You pull the hook up and stare at it. Nothing broke, nothing bent. The point is still sharp. It just let go. Here's what you can't see until a live fish hits. The fish clamps down. That's jaw pressure. The hook rotates in the gap between the teeth. The smooth wood gives nothing to grip against. Every failed cast burns calories you can't replace. A hook that looks right but fails is worse than no hook. It steals the one thing you can't get back, the will to try again. So, what actually makes an improvised hook hold? Not the material, not the sharpness, something else. And it's not what you think. You try wood first, a gorge hook, a straight stick sharpened at both ends, buried in bait, a strike, you feel the fish turn, then nothing. The gorge rotates and slides out smooth. Thorns next. A locust thorn, already sharp, already curved, lashed to a stick with cordage. Natural barb, should hold. First strike, the fish clamps down and the thorn snaps clean at the base, so you go to bone. You split a deer rib and grind it against rough stone for an hour until you've carved a J shape with a real barb, a real point, a real curve. Harder than wood, sharper than thorn. It looks like a hook you'd buy in a store. You bait it, drop the line, get a strike, and the fish throws it in 2 seconds. The hook rotates and pulls free. The barb never seeded. This is the trap. The bone hook looks so right that you stop questioning it. Trust, when you're starving, is what kills you. You assume the problem is you, not the hook. The material was never the problem. The geometry was. Here's what was missing. Take that bone hook and look at the inside of the curve, the side facing the fish's jaw. Carve a small notch there, opposite the point, a counter notch, a shallow groove that seats against the cartilage inside a fish's mouth and stops the hook from spinning. One cut. It changes everything. When the fish clamps down, the notch catches on jaw cartilage. The harder the fish fights, the harder the notch seats. Rotation. The force that killed every hook before now works for you. You pick up the bone, carve the notch with a stone flake, a thin, sharp chip broken off a larger rock, test it against your thumb, catches, holds, doesn't spin. Bait it with a grub, drop the line into the dark water, and wait. The strike comes, that sharp, living pull. You set the line and feel the weight. The fish thrashes, head shakes. The line goes tight and stays tight. It doesn't let go. You pull it to the bank. A small trout, maybe 10 inches. Not trophy size, but food. Real food. The first calories you've earned in 3 days. The hook is still seated in the jaw, the notch held. Oh, the fish locked itself. So here's what you carry out of the woods. Not a hook that looks right, but a hook that holds. Bone, shaped with a counter notch set against the jaw. The fish locks itself. You just carve the geometry that lets it. That's the difference between starving with a hook in your hand and eating tonight. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, be sure to hit that subscribe button and I'll catch you in the next one.